Mr. Speaker, turning to citizens' rights, EU citizens make an invaluable contribution to our United Kingdom, to our economy, our public services and our everyday lives. They are an integral part of the economic, cultural and social fabric of our country, and I've always been clear that I want to protect their rights. That is why I initially sought an agreement on this before we triggered Article 50. And it is why I'm making it an immediate priority at the beginning of the negotiations. But, Mr. Speaker, that agreement must be reciprocal, because we must protect the rights of UK citizens living in EU member states too. At the Council, I set out some of the principles that I believe should underlie that reciprocal agreement, and there was a very positive response from individual leaders and a strong sense of mutual goodwill in trying to reach such an agreement as soon as possible. So today, we are publishing detailed proposals to do exactly that. And let me set out the key points for the House. First, we want certainty. I know there's been some anxiety about what would happen to EU citizens at the point we leave the European Union. Today, I want to put that anxiety to rest. I want to completely reassure people that under these plans, no EU citizen currently in the UK lawfully will be asked to leave at the point the UK leaves the EU. We want you to stay. Second, any EU citizen in the UK with 5 years continuous residence at a specified cut-off date will be granted settled status. They will be treated as if they were UK citizens for healthcare, education, benefits and pensions. While any EU citizens with less than 5 years residence who have arrived before the specified cut-off date will be able to stay until they have the 5 years residence to apply for UK settled status. Third, the specified cut-off date will be the subject of discussions, but it will be no earlier than the date we triggered Article 50 and no later than the date we leave the EU. Fourth, no families will be split up. Family dependents who join a qualifying EU citizen here before the UK's exit will be able to apply for settled status after 5 years. And after the UK has left the European Union, EU citizens with settled status will be able to bring family members from overseas on the same terms as British nationals. Fifth, there will be no cliff edge. There will be a grace period of up to 2 years to allow people to regularise their status. While those EU citizens who arrived in the UK after the specified cut-off date will be allowed to remain in the UK for at least a temporary period and may still become eligible to settle permanently. Sixth, the system of registration that citizens go through will be as streamlined and light touch as possible, and we intend to remove some of the technical requirements currently needed to obtain permanent residence under EU rules. For example, we will not require anyone to demonstrate that they have held comprehensive sickness insurance. Seventh, we expect this offer to be extended on a reciprocal basis to nationals of Norway, Iceland, Liechtenstein and Switzerland, and the reciprocal agreement on citizens' rights will apply to the entire United Kingdom and Gibraltar. Eighth, this is all without prejudice to the common travel area arrangements that exist between the UK and Ireland. We will preserve the freedoms that UK and Irish nationals currently enjoy in each other's state, and Irish citizens will not need to apply for permanent residence to protect these entitlements. And finally, the UK will continue to export and uprate the UK state pension and provide associated healthcare cover within the EU. We will continue to protect the export of other benefits and associated healthcare cover where the individual is in receipt of those benefits on the specified cut-off date. And subject to negotiations, we want to continue participating in the European Health Insurance Card Scheme so that UK cardholders could continue to benefit from free or reduced cost healthcare while on a temporary stay in the EU, and vice versa for EU cardholders visiting the UK. Mr. Speaker, this is a fair and serious offer. Our obligations in the withdrawal treaty with the EU will be binding on the UK as a matter of international law.